Hello and welcome to Seven Figure Law Firm, and I am your host, Taylor Willingham. I'm going to help you to go through a spreadsheet I created called 90-Day Law Firm. I built this for people that want to start their own law firm. Like if I was to go back and to start over again, how would I do it? Now, you might be listening to this on a podcast. You will not be able to see the spreadsheet. If you would like to watch this, because I'm going to be going through the spreadsheet on my computer, you can go to EP Firms on YouTube, and the video is uploaded. It will be called 90-Day Law Firm. You can watch the video. If not, I'm going to describe the steps through, and then you can just go and get the spreadsheet later on. So if you just want to listen through, I'm going to throw out some ideas of what to do and how to get a law firm up and going within 90 days. I took this concept of if I had to go back in time and start over again, how would I condense 2 years into 90 days? That's my goal. My goal is to explain to you what took me 2 years to figure out you could do it actually in 90 days if you just sit down and focus. Even if you work for a law firm right now, how would you go out and start your own? I'm going to talk about that through this process. But right now, we're going to jump into it and start getting going. So, no matter what you're doing, if you're starting your own law firm, you're going to need credit. So if you can't get some kind of SBA loan, which is going to be very difficult because the SBA is not going to just lend you any money, there really is limited options out there on getting money up front other than from family or friends or somebody that might want to help you out. I had to start my law firm with a credit card, and I don't see the problem of just doing it. I mean, throw it out there. This is your dream. This is what you need to get done. You're going to pay a bunch of interest, but if you do this, you'll be able to pay it off. So the first thing I would recommend is getting a credit card. Even if you're going to be able to pay it off every month, you're going to want those points. I waited 3 years before I did this in my firm. It was so stupid. Right now, through my businesses, I get about 4,000 points $4,000 worth of points every month just because we run everything through credit cards. And so the second reason is if things go bad and someone steals your debit card, if you're an attorney, you understand this concept. Credit cards are on the credit company if something goes wrong. If it's a debit card, it's on you. Or it could be on you. I just got a debit card stolen that one of my employees was using. I don't know why they were using it, but they were using the debit card. It got stolen. And Chase refunded me the $1,000 that ran it up because it was cleared it was fraud. So I'm not saying the bank won't, but you don't want to just be put in that situation. First thing, get a credit card, use the points. Form a picture of your personal ideal law firm. Okay, so this was a mistake I made at the very beginning. I just took everything. I didn't know where I was going. I had no aim. There was no direct thing I was looking at. This is the second thing on my list that I wish I would have done. What would my ideal law firm look like? Because if you can picture it, or especially if you can draw it, if you can draw a picture of what it would look like. Okay, I'm going to be doing this type of law. These are my clientele. I would draw, okay, where are these clients coming from? Financial advisors, CPAs, or other attorneys, these group of attorneys. I'm going to go around and talk to these attorneys and try to get their business. Form a picture of your ideal law firm, however it may be. Draw it if you can. If you can draw something, usually that's a great sign that you can really internalize it. List the practice areas. So once you get that done, I would create the practice areas that could all stem from that area of law. Because if you're going to be doing anything, like even if it's personal injury still needs estate planning part of it. Every one of these people that come through your office need a will. They need those things done. And so having that part of your practice and being able to put it together. A personal injury attorney that I know, he does all the estate planning up front, and he takes his pay out of the whatever he's receiving from his client. So he knows he's going to get paid, 5 months from now. Well, he just bills it against that, and it's additional upon what he's doing. It's a great idea, great way to do it. Name your firm. All right. In the state of Texas, we have to have our name in our law firm. Names are very powerful. My name kind of led into the fact that I do wills. Willingham. Like, Willingham does wills. I used to say that all the time when we would go to networking events and just go, people could remember that. And so it kind of became like a thing around where people go, oh yeah, Willingham, he does wills. And so it was easy for people to remember. So your name might be something that just fits with something, and go with it. If you don't have to use your name and your law firm, you can go out and do it. Now, the next thing is, of course, you got to set up your bank account. The IRS is going to be the one that shuts you down. It's either you yourself, or the IRS are going to shut you down. That's the two things. It's either you not getting out there, not meeting people, not trying to get business, because there is plenty of business out there for lawyers. If you don't think there's enough business for you, you have no idea what the world's really like right now. However, you do not want to run afoul with the IRS, because they will bury you. And so setting up your own bank account, making everything separate, and this is one of the greatest benefits of running a law firm, is you can really learn the tax law and know the tax law to what you can write off. Now, this is my idea that I throw out there for if you're working for a law firm right now. Do not quit your job, okay? If you're making $120,000 a year, $150,000 a year, you can hire an employee for minimum wage to do the 90-day law firm. You can take this spreadsheet, give it to some kid, and have them build your law firm for you. So when you jump off into the deep to run everything, everything's already up and going. So I would take this spreadsheet, hire an employee, $15 an hour if you want to get somebody decent. You want to find, this is my recommendation if you're looking for something. Waiter, bartenders are great. They're usually hardworking people. They're working late at night, and most of them are trying to make a transition into a more reasonable life. And so they'll be willing to jump on board, but they can do things on their feet. They're usually very intelligent people, especially bartenders. I would go to bars. I'd go meet waiters and waitresses. And if you meet somebody, say, hey, if you're ever looking for a transition, I'm looking for someone to run a law firm. And you might find somebody there. And then you can get somebody that can help put together and get things going for you. Hire that transitional employee. It's going to cost you some money, but most of those people would be willing to jump over and try something new, especially because a lot of them could just work at night and just do this during the day when they're not doing anything. But that's how I would start if I'm working for another firm. You got to form your business, and then now, website is really your shingle. Like back in the day, you had to have some place to go. Now you need a website. I use Scorpion, the company. They've done a fantastic job for me. They're expensive though. And so they do charge $500 a month to run a website. But they can also get the ads going and do all the ads things. And they can tell you the most magical thing they can do is they can give you the area you're looking at putting your law firm. And they can tell you how many cases they can get you every month. And so I want you to think about that for a second. You give us $3,000, we'll get you 10 cases a month. That's easy math to figure out. Okay, 10 cases, each case I'm going to make this much off of and run that thing. I want you to go to epfirms.com and set up your account, because we track all the people that are coming in. So you go to epfirms.com, set up your account. Will be your CRM system, because we're going to automate some things like how to get reviews, different things like that, keeping the leads and clients and cases, and keeping things on task and making sure things that are getting done. You'll see it as you go there and you start using. So epfirms.com, sign up. When you're in EP Firms, you're going to see a thing that says leads. I want you to click on leads. I want you to add 30 people that might need your legal services. Maybe they're current clients that you have with your firm that you know you could generate business through. Maybe it is clients you've helped out in the past, people that need stuff in the future, whatever it is. Enter 30 people in. So you got 30 leads in there. Okay. Then the next step is actually hiring whatever company to do your website. Think of your website as really that's your office. That's what you need. That's where you're going to go at first, because you can always use you could do ideas like talk to CPAs or other people that have an office in their office and just rent from them. A lot of people would probably be very happy for you just to come in, work out of their office for a few months, help their current clients, especially financial advisor. If you're doing estate planning, whoever it may be, you could probably get an office for free if you really went around and started talking to people, because somebody is going to want an attorney in their office for a while. And don't make it a long-term agreement. Make sure it's something you can move out, because you're going to want to move out and get your own office eventually. Figure your target market. The target market is, you got to know where you're going to put your office, and if your target market is the area that you are going after. So if you want to do estate planning, you need to be in an upper middle class area. You don't want to be doing estate planning in the ghetto. I mean, it's just not going to work. If you're going to be in a poor neighborhood, you need to focus on personal injury, criminal law, the things that people that suffer at the bottom of society struggle with. There's plenty of work there. It's just understanding what you can do. So a lot of times people, they put their office somewhere and then they become that lawyer. Well, that's one way of doing it. But if you've thought up your ideal, then you find your target market and move to that place. One of the best advice I ever received on that was, move to the outer edge of an expanding city and plant yourself there and have the city expand around you. Figure out what sets you apart. What is your exceptional ability? That's what I tell all my, I don't tell my employees this. I find this in them. What are they really, really good at? And then I mold them into that. Okay, I need you to spend more time doing this. Okay, you have an ability to talk to people. You need to be upfront talking to people. You have an exceptional ability of keeping paper organized. You need to be dealing with the paperwork. I divide people into people, paper, people. And I look at the spectrum of where they are. Find 3 mentors in your area. Find 3 people that are really good at that area of law and get to know them and pick up their scraps. You will get more referrals from other estate planning attorneys if you do estate planning than you'll get from any other group, because I have a friend that's what he does. He calls me up and he says, send me your scraps. I'll do them. He doesn't have a staff. He doesn't anything, but he just uses me as a system to get, I have a receivership. I made him $30,000 this year already, because I sent him a receivership that he did, and he was able to make about 30 grand off of that. And it was something that I couldn't do. It was my scraps, but he takes me out to lunch and I send him the stuff. He used to work for me. I'm more than happy to send him. Payroll system, you can use QuickBooks or Gusto.com. You're going to want to get set up on payroll because it's going to be a way to lower your tax. And I'll talk about how when you run your own law firm, you can lower your tax significantly. You'll be saving tens of thousands of dollars on your taxes every year. Create your Google Workspace. I use Google. Use Google. Their systems are far better than anybody else's setup, and it's so open. Every system works with it. If you're an Apple person, just get off of it. Go to Google. I'm sorry, but Apple, it's a nightmare to get. I'm dealing with it right now. I'm trying to get Apple to work with this podcast system, and of course, they want to control it. It's just annoying. On the spreadsheet here, I have some codes that you can use to get a discount on different things. Plan the service you will offer and choose a flat fee for each. So one thing that you always want to do is you'll make more money doing flat fee things than you will do bill hourly, because people love to know exactly what they're going to pay, and then it's your job to get it done. If it's hourly, you have no incentive to get it done. You just keep dragging it out. And then you have to keep track of your billing. Flat fee everything if possible. If you can figure it out, try to do it. Do a logo design. Go to the design hill. I like them the best. They'll give you 20 different variations. Then you get to pick who you think is the best. Okay. You need to register your domain name. You can do this yourself. I put in the instructions here in the spreadsheet exactly what you need to do. Host it. You can do yourself. I was always using GoDaddy. GoDaddy is just, I just don't like it anymore. I use Bluehost now. If you want to, you can build your own website. It does take a lot of time. You'd have to do a lot of this at night. Looking back now, if you have access to capital to pay somebody else and to pay them to market it for you, it is far better that you just be an attorney, and go make the money. One thing attorneys constantly make a mistake with is they don't want to spend money. That is the wrong attitude to have. Spend money. Spend money wisely. Pay, if you can pay someone $500 every month and they will handle something that's going to take you 8 hours a month to do, pay them $500. It is worth your time to spend that 8 hours trying to drum up business. Okay? If you can go drum up business more than it takes you to deal with every month. Now, there's some things you just don't want to hand off that you need to know QuickBooks. You need to be able to look at your financing because people will steal from you. If you don't, you will get robbed in the future. Create your social media accounts. It's a great way. I will go into depth into how to use social media. You can't just post things on social media and people will come to you. That just annoys people. What you have to do is you have to get into the groups, like mommy groups and whatever group is, and then get known as the person that gets things done. If you develop a very good reputation, if someone gets something done, everybody in that group will start referring to you. Neighborhood or next door is a big one for me because I have a very good following on there. And so I probably get 4 or 5 referrals every month from next door. Create a YouTube channel, create content, get it out there, explain things. I had a friend that he created one video that went viral and he has lived off that video. It literally just one thing he explained. It was absolutely amazing. Good job for him. I've never had a video go viral. Not yet. I kind of do. I have one that has like 200,000 views. It's how to expunge a record. But I don't do that. I used to do that, but I don't do it anymore. So I kind of got out of that. But it didn't go viral until after I got out of it. When you are trying to determine your target area, you got to go by house prices. So I tell people, when you're looking at what type of clientele you're looking for, upper class, middle class, you want to look in Zillow, you want to look on Trulia or Redfin, and look at the area at the values of the houses. That's where you want to put your office. Okay, so you think about what you're doing. Personal injury is better in lower income neighborhoods. You think, wealthier people, wealthier people get in accidents less. They have a more structured life. It's poor people who are in accidents more. They take more dangerous jobs. They're traveling more distances. Their cars break down on the freeway. So you have to think about that when you are trying to locate your area. Narrow it down and choose an area, and then you eventually need to get the office. Like I said, you could try to meet up with somebody and get in the office. If not, just spend the money and rent. You got a credit card, go for it. People will come. It works. It works every single time. You just got to trust the system and go for it. It works every time if you are willing to put in the hours. Okay, it will not be a 40-hour work week. It will be 80-hour work week, and half that time will be business development. It's just how it is, but it's fun to build something. If you like building things, it's fun. If not, then don't. I talk about in here setting up your ads. You can go do it. You can find I have a calculator in here to figure out if it's going to be worth what you're going to do. You can create Facebook ads. It's another great way to generate some business, but Google is the king. Google can tell you exactly how many people they're going to get you. They have it down to a science. And Scorpion knows the exact numbers. They can tell you your area law in that area, this is how many people you're going to get. It's absolutely amazing. I go through installing Google Analytics, learning how to run it if you're going to do this on your own. Start running your own ads. What you'd have to do, you'd have to really know it. Set up Google My Business. You're going to need to get reviews. Why do people use you? Because you get reviews. That's why EP Firms is designed heavily about getting reviews from your clients. We have dug down in deep to figure out how to get reviews. And it is hard to get reviews, and it's hard to not get bad reviews. Before I started EP Firms, I had like 10 reviews online. I would ask people to review me. No one ever would do it. And then slowly I figured out the system, and then I built it into EP Firms, and my business blew up. because that's how people find you. They go on Google and they look and they see what other people say about you because they don't know who you are. Calendarly, that's a great way to set up appointments online. People can click on it. They can set everything up. People don't want to talk to people today if they can avoid it. So text messaging, chatting, people will use that far more than they will call your office. And it's a great way at the very beginning to get things set up. You purchasing your technical equipment, the greatest thing. Attorneys just don't get it. You literally just need a computer. That's it. You need that is it. That's all you need to be an attorney. And think about it. You could literally be dumped off in the middle of nowhere and just use some computer at some company, and you could figure everything out for free. It's unbelievable. Like doctors, dentists, every other professional has to spend a fortune to get started. Attorneys have to spend nothing, and they complain. We're like the worst business people around. Okay, you can. We recommend that you set up Google Voice. It's easy. Everything will be there. They can automate everything, and the API to integrate it into things in the future is amazing. I wish I would have done it. I didn't do it, and to change my number, it would be a disaster right now. So I have to use a totally different system that's a lot more expensive. Purchase malpractice insurance. You're going to be doing this because I'm going to get you on the attorney insurance programs. I'm going to show you how you can get an insurance company to pay you, and that will pay all your base bills as you go along. Create your letterhead. You're going to need that, and good looking letterhead makes people think that you're legit. Someone's a really good attorney when you get their letterhead and it looks awful. You're like, oh, this guy's good. It's like I used to think at the beginning, oh, look at their letterhead. It's freaking so amazing. This must be a great firm. No, it's the crappy letterhead because this guy, he's been doing this. He don't even need good letterhead. It's a weird things you learn when you just start practicing law. Create professional email templates. Oh, this is so amazing. You can go in and you can create canned emails in Google and have it all for your staff. That okay, when you get this type of case, this is what I want. Canned emails, have them go out for whenever you need anything. It's amazing what you can do. Referral sources. The next thing I want you to do is go out after that. Now, of course, you're listening. I'm flying through this spreadsheet. Don't worry. If you're listening to this, I'm just throwing out ideas. You just need to get to the spreadsheet and look at it. Okay? And you'll see I've listed off everything I'm talking about right here. And I explain how you do it. I even have on here when it should be done by, giving a due date for your employee to do or you to do. Make a list of 20 professionals that are going to refer you. If you can have 20 people every month that refer you business, other professionals that are good at what they do, and constantly replace these people and constantly meet with these people, you'll have plenty of business to feed your family for the rest of your life. 20 people, you're talking about one maybe every 2 months is going to send you something. That's plenty enough. That's 10 grand a month in your pocket if you can do that. If you're actually doing good business with something. Predict what will get in the way of referring you business. So people are very easy to understand when you understand this concept. People love themselves and they want to solve their own problems. If you walk into a financial planner's office and you can explain how that financial planner is going to make money by referring to you, he will refer to you. Simple as that. If you go in and say, hey, help me out, help my business, he don't care about you. I don't care about you. If you came in and said, hey, send me business, I'm hungry, I can't feed my family, I might feel pity and might send you something, one or two things, but I don't want to do business with you long term. If you walk into my office and say, Taylor, here, let me explain this to you. This is the type of law I do, okay? And when you have this type of person that comes in your office, that's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to pay you $1,000 every time you refer me somebody like that. $1,000. You're going to give me $1,000 of advice. All I have to do is listen for this type of person. I'm going to go train my staff. I'm going to train everybody to listen for those cues, and that's who we refer to because I'm getting something out of it. You can explain to a financial advisor, hey, let me explain an eyelet to you, okay? You have a client that's worth $15 million. Let me show you how I can create this trust, and you can sell life insurance and of $5 million. You're going to be making $30,000, $40,000. Yeah, I want $5,000 to make this eyelet. that financial advisor, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm going to pull this off. So, I mean, it's a simple concept. Explain to the person how they make money off of you. All right. You want to do personal injury? Explain to the chiropractor how he's going to make money referring to you. How you are going to get him paid. That's what you need to explain. Introduce yourself to the remaining people out there. Just start getting your name out there. Go introduce yourself. Walk into their office. Drop off your cards. People want to talk to you when you're an attorney. This is so much easier. Okay? Use EP Firms, or if you want to go use Reputation Stacker. I don't know why you would go use Reputation Stacker when EP Firms does more than what Reputation Stacker does, but that's okay. Reputation Stacker does the same thing. It gets you reviews. But if you're like, hey, I'm not going to use this guy's system. I'm just going to take advantage of him and take all of his information. EP Firms, I've taken everything, the concepts that are in like Reputation Stacker and everything, and done more to get yourself a review. You need reviews online, and you need 5-star reviews. That's what EP Firms does. EP Firms makes sure that this person is going to give you a 5-star review before it sends them to Google to give you the review. List common legal problems clients face when deciding whether or not to hire you. Okay. You need to understand the 4 basic stages of the buying process. First is awareness. People need to understand that there's a problem, that they need your services for some reason. You know, there has to be consideration, a decision, and the post-purchase. Those are the 4 main areas. You can go, these are not my concepts, just go learn about them. You need to make people aware of why they need to give you money. We're going to go through on later podcasts how to set up for a ROG, that's an insurance program, where they will pay you to do legal work for their clients. CLC legal, Met legal, or MetLife legal is what it's called. Attorney insurance. You can try Legal Shield, Legalese. I've had such horrible experiences with them. I just don't even want to use them. You can set up affiliate programs that you can make money while your clients purchase other things online. If you can create like spreadsheets, send them to your clients, they click on it, they purchase this thing that they need, you can make money off of that. Monitor and tweak ads in the campaign. So if you're going to do your own work, your own stuff, you need to be able to go and monitor and tweak your ads and be able to constantly be looking at that. That's why I should just say, just hire Scorpion to do it for you, unless you have some background in the area. Okay. This is 90-day law. So this is the first 90 days. This is all the stuff that took me, it took me more than 3 years. It took me like 5 years to compile all these ideas. I'm giving you up front. It's free. Like I said, what I want you to do, use EP Firms. Help me. Help teach me what I need to do to make it better, to get it off the ground, to automate more things. You know, message me, say, Taylor, hey, I've been using EP Firms. This is what I noticed. I don't like this about it. Can it do this? Can you put this in so this automates it? I'll spend the money. I'll build it for you. I just want you to be on my team. Help me build. I'll help you build. We're going to kill this, and we're going to make great money. We're going to have great lives. We're going to enjoy what we do. And this is 90-Day Law Firm. So like I said, on EP Firms, I will put the link, the YouTube channel in the they don't call it the comment section. They call it the description. The description, I will put the link for this spreadsheet. So if you're watching on a podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, just go down below and use this to get your firm off the ground. Get it off the ground. You need help, let me know. I'll if I can. I mean, I get a lot of questions. I can't help everybody in the world. But if you have something, you want to talk, I want to hear your stories. I'll do videos with you. We'll get this thing off the ground, help you out. But this is our program. Let me know how it works, and we'll keep this going.